Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my beautiful sunflowers. How are you on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Well, as for me, we're doing fine. Copacetic, I say. However, when you hear this loud, loud noise, it was me. I had this bright idea to come outside. The sun wasn't shining. It is the last, well, not the last day of Lionsgate.
Nope, it's the peak of Lionsgate.
And this is the 8th, and so I had to come out. I had to come out. And I'm going to do something special tonight. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, I'm doing something. And I don't know, but either way, right now, this is all because of Lionsgate, and we're basting in the peak of it. So it's loud, so if we have to speak up, I really apologize, but just understand this is some powerful energy going on right now. With that being said, we're definitely going to be talking about Atlanta. What, babe?
Yes, it's going to be
Speak up, babe.
episode 13 and episode 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15.
Let me say this before we start. Okay. However, I was doing Atlanta, but it was kind of boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm doing everything I can to hang in there. I really am. I'm not even trying to be facetious. I love Kandi. I love Cherie. I love Kenya. And Marlo got some kind of way with me. But I just not feeling the new girls.
Understandable.
I'm just not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not. So, and along with that, not that you care, we're trying to get adjusted to the new girls in New York.
Yes.
And then it's like a mess. And, well, anyway, that's what's going on. So let's get started. But this episode that I saw was pretty decent, I guess.
Okay, the 13th
So go
episode.
on with the one when it struggles like that, what I like to do is just do them two at a time. So go ahead.
So, so episode 12, here's my first note that I have, is that you compared it to how Real Housewives of Atlanta and compared it to Ultimate Girls Trip, and you see that the Ultimate's Girl Trip is more friendlier, they get along much better, but with Real Housewives of Atlanta, they're so much more vicious towards each other, and I just don't understand it. I mean, Ultimate Girls Trip is like a refreshing housewives show.
It really is. But this here, the clawing, the biting, the
I don't understand all the gossiping and all the drama.
It's just
drama when there doesn't need to be drama.
Just unnecessary. Arguing, loud, tacky,
but most
not
of these,
bougie.
That is not. That's the Housewives of New York. But here with Atlanta, seems like these last two episodes were really focused on Drew and LaToya. They are really sucking this dry on the story.
At the end of the day, who does it matter if you kissed them or not? It doesn't really matter. So I don't know. Drew is so sensitive to me.
She is.
I don't know.
And the thing is, jumping back and forth between the two episodes, because really it was mostly about LaToya.
But my thing is, let me say this. Why does Drew want to be in this movie? If you feel like Kandi is setting you up enough, I don't know why you want to be in this movie.
Maybe she's trying to break out into acting and she just sees this as her big break.
Regardless of why would you want to be in this movie? I would really want to recast her.
Yeah,
because I know it's not good to work where you eat. It ain't good, and here it is.
And Drew's getting a little bit cocky. She was like, I don't even care if I lose the part.
In my opinion, it was the arrogance of it all. So maybe I'm taking up for Kandi. I don't know, but the arrogance. If you gave me an opportunity to be in your movie, and regardless, I'm getting paid, I'm going to appreciate that, and I'm certainly not going to say anything derogatory to you or about you, or saying something about you're trying to make a scene. I wouldn't be so mean. So for me, that would be a turnoff, and I would have to let you go. I just don't think we're too close. That's how I would feel. I would get an unknown at this point. Because if you feel that way about kissing Drew, or kissing, what's her name? LaToya, then I don't know.
Yes. But yes, so that's mostly the drama that was going on. Marlo got herself inserted into the drama by filming Drew and sending it to LaToya, which...
And to her husband.
Yes, I could understand why Marlo could do it because hey, your friend is always talking so highly of you, so here's an instance of your friend bad-mouthing
I just
you.
think that's tacky.
But yes, also
And
at the same time,
why would
it's
you do
tacky
that?
and
That's
rude and
starting
mean.
trouble. It's such a bitch move.
Messy.
Not cool. It is messy. It is stinky, and it's just too old for that drama.
Yes.
So.
And then we have, yes, Courtney. Courtney's still having a problem with getting along with the group. However, she feels as though Kenya doesn't like her.
And at the end of the day, clearly,
just-
Kenya do not care for this woman.
No, she doesn't. However, what Kenya truly does care about is having baby number 2. She's talked about it for like 3-4 episodes
I think
now.
Kenya need to take a nap. Kenya, you sleepy, darling. Kenya's in her 50s. You barely made it with the one you have. Honey, either you're going to get a surrogate or you're just going to have to make your peace with this. Get a surrogate. That's what Candy did.
Yes.
If you want a baby that bad, get a surrogate.
And even in the next episode, the 13th episode, we see Brooklyn Kenya talking to Brooklyn about wanting a sibling, and she was like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind having a sibling, boy or girl.
Well, what do you expect from a 4-year-old?
I mean, when I was younger, I said I didn't want a sibling.
No, absolutely. So. Absolutely, you did not. Absolutely, emphatically, no. And I didn't.
So at least Kenya's giving the option to have her daughter choose.
Well, you had the option.
Yes, I did have the option.
But I don't think a 4-year-old can make an option like that. I understand what Kenya mean, but my thing is, if you want to have it, just give up on that idea, I believe. But if you're willing to go the surrogate way, fine.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I just want Kenya to be around, and I want her to get that notion. Sure, if you want to have a baby, you're not too old, but because of your circumstances, having a baby could cost you your life. You know that.
Yeah, she does. She's still talking about it even after the visit to the doctor.
So maybe she will consider
the scariest thing that she had ever seen.
Right, and maybe she will consider surrogacy.
Yes. Now, what is interesting is that, well, yeah, really this is all about Drew and the episode. Really, okay, let's talk about how Monyetta somehow find her way into the drama because she's talking to Sonia and Cherie and ganging up on Drew, saying, did you kiss her, did you not? Finding out all this gossip, and now everybody's wondering why is everybody talking about this and dragging it out and making it more than it needs to be. Which I truly feel to say, oh, yes, let's talk about how Ralph texted Marlo and said that I heard, or something along the lines of, I heard my name is in your mouth or something like that, and I just want to know why you're talking about me. And and the way Marlo says it, she was like, all I said was that we're both in technology. And that's how she used him in the sentence, not that she was talking bad about him or anything. And we did see in this new episode that Ralph did confront Marlo, and they talked and got over their differences, and they moved forward. So that was good to know. So at the very end of this episode, of episode 12, it was the end of Portugal, and they had a great time at the winery. They finally got to let go and enjoy it. Even all the ladies were saying it. It's sad that it took them to be probably drunk to have fun with each other. But that just goes to show you how the girls are struggling to get along with each other.
Right.
Now moving on to this new episode that aired just this Sunday, we have Candy.
What episode was this?
This is episode 13.
Wow, this really coming to the end, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
We had a surprise visitor, which was Cynthia.
You know, darling.
Cynthia came onto the episode with Candy to have lunch.
It was good to see you. It was good to see
It was.
It was good to see you.
Oh, yes, it was also great. It's that Cynthia talked about Kenya and how they fell off after the Ultimate Girls Trip.
We're going to talk about the Ultimate Girl Trip. We just haven't did it yet because what we trying to finish?
We are waiting for the 3rd season to end.
And then we're going to talk about all 3 of them since we're late in. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. That's what we're waiting for. And so when the 4th episode, if it should come back, we'll be on it. So we're just going to do probably like 45 minutes talking about each episode and what we thought. So please join us on that. That'll be very soon.
Yes.
Okay. We getting caught up. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
However, Cynthia and Kenya have made up their differences from the girls' trip, so that's great
But
to
not
hear.
wanting to talk about it, in my opinion, I don't understand the sensitivity of Cynthia.
I didn't
I
either.
didn't understand it at all. I think that she didn't listen. I know that she went in there like a Thelma and Louise, but all at the same time, it felt good for Kenya just to make friends and people like her without her jumping through hoops.
Yes.
I could see
Here,
both.
what Kenya said was that she said that she now understands that Cynthia was under a lot, going through a lot.
She
with
didn't
the
know. She didn't
divorce.
know that she didn't know.
Yep, and she was like, now that I know, I'm going to always be here for my friends.
No,
So-
she didn't say that.
Okay, no.
My sister.
Okay, my sister. So they've really
Like that,
reconciled.
they were close.
They were.
And I guess when she heard, I guess it broke her heart. I didn't know. And I get it. Sometimes you just want to break away. We close, we tight, we good. And we go somewhere. I don't need to mother you.
And
You
she's
know we
finally
good.
fitting in like she had said.
Yeah, we going to be together. We share a room, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to do my thing. You would never be that insecure, would you?
No, I would not.
No.
So
You got me always, right? And that's how I felt Cynthia should have felt. That I know Kenya had me always. And you sitting at the table, she was making googly eyes like, I know where this is going. Yes, yeah, you know. But enough of that. Let's get back to this.
Yes, Drew, however, was talking about how she does not trust Ralph at all. Because she was just like, what did you do in Vegas? And he was like, business. And she's like, oh, okay. And
If
she was
you
like, I don't
don't
believe
have
that.
trust, you don't have nothing at all. Nothing. How you going to stand when you don't believe the words that's coming out somebody's mouth? When you lost trust, you lost respect.
Oh.
That means I don't believe you. And the only way I don't believe you, you've done something for me not to respect you. You understand? So I don't believe you now because I don't respect you. You hurt me. You deceived me, and now I see you as a liar.
Okay.
And once that's in your head, it's easy to trigger. Even if the person is telling the truth.
Okay. It
You,
just makes,
you could disagree.
no,
you
it
could
just
disagree.
makes me question what's going on because we see that Drew was trying to deny the fact that she kissed LaToya and she has no
act
trust
like,
in him.
Yeah, and he act like, what's the big deal? Like, I really don't care. Why is this a big deal to you? Why are you doing this? What? Like, he have questions. Like, but at the end of the day, they breaking up.
Yeah, that is true.
They already getting a divorce. That's what I'm saying. This is old, so they already getting a divorce. Am I right?
Yes, that is
So, and then the other one is pregnant.
true. Who?
The other one, the Jamaican girl.
Oh, yes, Sonia. Congratulations. We're going to see that in the next episode. That was just a snippet of what's coming in the next few episodes. However, speaking of the body, Cherie talked about how she had
Cherie?
to...
Is her name Cherie or Sheree?
Sheree. Sorry,
Is her
Sheree.
name Cherie or Sheree?
She by Sheree?
One of them.
She
Okay.
by Sheree? Okay, yeah, Sheree.
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 By Sheree.
Okay.
Yeah, she by Sheree. So Sheree is talking about how she had to get her implants replaced, and she's now had her breast implants.
Oh, okay.
Because she said that they had encapsulized, which meant that they got hard. So therefore, she had to get them replaced, and now they feel much more natural, and she's much more comfortable in her body. So congratulations to her for that. Said
Right.
that you had to go through the process of a bad implant process.
Right.
But that's just what happens when you put foreign objects in your body.
Yeah, it's just that her body just rejected. So she probably was having a breast job done. And the breast job that she did have done, encapsulated. So they had to remove them. They probably did things and it wasn't working. So they had to remove them and put in new implants. And hopefully they took. However, they probably told her not to get these implants removed.
Okay.
So.
Candy is having a celebration this episode, and it's called the Peach Social. However, it is sponsored by her
Candy
sex line.
Coded 9.
Yes. What is her? I have it written right here. Oh, it is called. Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
Candy, Bamboo Candy.
Yes, Bedroom by Candy. Thank
Okay.
you, her sex line. And she does this every year, and of course she invited Cynthia and LaToya. And during this, LaToya, Candy, and Drew all sat together. They had to sit together and had a conversation and a talk.
Yeah.
However, I just found it interesting during the time of Drew wanting to clear the air that she didn't kiss LaToya. You're sitting on LaToya's lap. But that's near here, no there. It just seemed a bit hypocritical.
Right.
At the same time, they got over it. Marlo even came in. They had a little bit of conversation. It was just kind of like whatever. They just left it alone. Now, what was interesting was the fact that Marlo is questioning, speaking of kids, because we were talking about kids earlier. Marlo's not sure that she wants to marry Scott Lee.
Well, she just met Scott Lee.
Yeah, I know, but her friend was teasing because she was talking about something in the future and called him her husband. And her friend was like, "Oh, you thinking about marrying him?" And then she was like, "No, I have to see how he is with his kids first, see if he's a good father, and then do that, and then see how he's with my kids before we try to integrate a family." So she says she wants to take it nice and slow. But I guess she was just dreaming of the future, of the life that they could have together, just enjoying their relationship.
It is good to see for the first time in all these years that Marlo is willing to give a man a chance on camera. I mean,
Yes.
she's very discreet, and I think that this will calm her down. I think that this is going to make her happy. I really, really do. And I would like to see the same thing happen for Kenya or anybody else that's single on that show.
And what was, I forgot what we was, we was talking about Scott Lee. I find it interesting about Scott Lee because she was talking about how she finds him as a Superman because he decided to help a stranger and he had a few little cuts.
Who is he? Who you
Scott Lee.
Who is, I don't know. I'm sorry, who is Scott Lee?
Scott Lee, the one that Marlo's dating.
Oh, the male?
Yes.
Marlo's friend. Just say Marlo's friend Scott Lee. I didn't know you were talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and Marlo's friend Scott Lee, she was calling him a Superman because he went to go help a stranger.
And he got a little cut on his finger.
She's just enjoying it.
And she should.
Yeah, I mean, I
She
love it
should.
that she's so happy and giddy. And
I'm glad, I'm
that
glad.
she would want her man to sacrifice.
She
and do
married a
anything.
rescue ranger, R&R. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yes, and lastly, Sonia had went to go visit her sister, and they just talk. They was basically, it was Christmas, and they was talking about how,
Reminiscing.
yeah, reminiscing, getting along, trying to probably mend the wounds of having to get out of Sonia's house because her husband feels like it's time for
But
them.
are they going to leave still, or are they going to stay?
I'm not sure because I'm not sure if that was Sonia's house or if that was her sister's
No, that's
house.
Sonia's house.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure when they're leaving,
But are they leaving? Because I thought that they made up and they was going to stay. But the mother, I didn't see the mother, so I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. Well, with her having another baby, I don't know. Good luck to whatever she
Yeah,
does.
I think her family is definitely going to have to move out now.
Well, it'll be just 4 of them, right? She has a child already, right?
Yes. So, yep, that's pretty much it for these 2 episodes of Real Housewives
That was
of
it?
Atlanta. Yes.
That was good. Okay.
Yeah, it was boring because really most of all the drama and action they had centered around Drew and LaToya.
Over a kiss
Yes.
that they said never happened.
Yes, 2 seasons ago.
My mind will always wonder about that because it was a big to-do about it. And
Yeah.
it's just, if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. If
There's
it happened,
4 to 3 witnesses. Kenya, Marlo, and Candy all said they've seen it. So
But LaToya even admitted at the thing that she did, but then she said she was playing. But the way that Drew sat on LaToya's lap let me know it was something going on between them.
Exactly.
And that LaToya was going to cover for her no matter what. That's what I got.
Yep.
Did you get it?
That's what it came
Because
off
I
to
didn't
me.
understand why you sitting all up on her lap and acting frisky like that.
When you're trying to prove that we didn't make out.
And you're making out in front of us in a way. So I felt that was something to that. We'll never know. The cameras didn't catch it, but oh well. That was it. That was good. So that was the end of that, right?
Yes, it was.
All right then. So that was the recap of
Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episodes 12 and 13.
We hope you enjoyed it. That's your recap. And I hope you hear it because I had this brilliant idea. But like I said, it's Lionsgate.
Yes.
And so we're yelling over top of the trees. Everything is going, woo, wow. You know, woo, wow, woo, wow, woo, wow. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Why do birds? Listen to them.
After a stormy night.
Oh, it was very stormy. That's why we didn't do it last night because it was storm. We couldn't. It was the lights went out.
Yes.
That's the negative about living in the woods.
It is.
Your lights always go out, you know, and it just always seemed like the last to come back on. But nevertheless, what can we say?
Yes.
So we hope you enjoyed this episode of
Real Housewives
Real
of Atlanta.
House of Atlanta, and we'll see you next week. And we stay tuned. We're getting ready to go in and do a news recap. So stay tuned. Sunflowers.